Hey, welcome back to another episode with Sienna.guy working on the Sienna. Once again, I have another exciting mod to share with you that I did on my 2023 Sienna. I hope you'll find this information useful, and if you do, please subscribe and also hit that like button. Make sure you stay until the end of the video as I give you a very important tip when you're at the tire shop. The Gen 4 Siennas have different builds on all trims, and one of the build options is a spare tire. Some will have one, others will not, and due to the high demand of Siennas, the spare tire availability may not be a choice when you're next in line. For Siennas without a spare in your build, a spare tire conversion kit is available for under $1,000. My 25th anniversary edition build included a spare tire. Therefore, I won't be making a video on a spare tire conversion. For the spare tire conversion, you can go to the Sienna chat community for all things Sienna, a non-sponsored plug. In today's video, I'm going to show you the mod that I made on my spare tire. The spare tire that's included in the Sienna is a temp size, also known as a donut spare, meaning it's much smaller in size compared to the full-size stock tire, smaller in diameter and smaller in width. Comparing only the tire's diameter, it's nearly 8% shorter. The spare being a donut, I had the thought of upgrading it to a larger spare. Before taking on a task like this, I had to keep several things in mind. First and foremost is the size of the compartment, which is the major limiting factor. Researching the possibility of a larger spare, I entered different sizes into a calculator on tiresize.com. The second requirement was that it needed to be 17 inches in order to fit the existing stock rim. The first requirement could have almost been a miss. It's because I later discovered that the numbers calculated on paper is different than in reality. With the tires inflated to 60.5 psi, the tire rounded out a hump in the middle of the tread. Thinking it would be larger, it actually turned out to be smaller than on paper. This is the table I made, with the second column as the calculated diameter and the third column the measured diameter. The measurement came in about a 1/4 inch smaller with a margin of error of approximately 0.1 inch. In December of 2022, 1 month before I even took delivery, I was already preparing for this mod. I ran numbers and came up with 4 options. There were some issues with my initial calculations, and the two 18-inch rims were thrown out. I made corrections and narrowed it down to 2 options, 155/90/17 and 165/80/17. But at the end of this research, the 155/90/17 was really just picked out for me. Because this was experimental, I wasn't going to spend over $100 for a tire that I didn't even know was going to fit. Another challenge was finding either one in the used marketplace. The only one that was available was the 155/90/17. The 165/80/17 wasn't even listed. I do still believe this to be a reasonable second choice, though some additional significant modifications and concessions would have been required, but I won't go over them since it wasn't used. I found one on OfferUp from the same seller that I also bought the front non-hybrid emblem from. That's another video of the front emblem modification, link provided above. So I struck a deal with the seller and got the tire for $30. I went around several local tire shops and asked for the cost to mount and balance the spare, and I settled with a shop that charged me $30. After taking possession of the spare, I was really excited to document my experience. And one bad thing did happen. The tire wasn't holding pressure. It lost nearly 2 psi over the first night. I mixed a tiny soapy solution and placed it on the valve, and sure enough, bubbles were present. Reflecting back, during the work, I didn't keep an eye out for the same stem core the employee took out. The guy must have reinserted a random stem core. The next day, I made another trip over to the shop and asked for a replacement. The owner installed a new one. Alright, I really appreciate you staying until the end. For more future Sienna mods, subscribe and hit that like button. Remember, I'm not a professional DIYer, you know? So DIY at your own risk. Till next time, later.